$1.2 billion in 3 days. 3 days. Are you shitting me? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. I'm Robert Storms. If you're new to the channel, be sure to go ahead and click the subscribe button. That way you guys can stay up to date on all future content here on the channel. So yeah, Avengers Endgame came out, broke all kinds of records, guys. Broke all kinds of records. Let's go ahead and take a look at Box Office Mojo. Let's take a look at the numbers. So Avengers Endgame came in at number one, of course, big surprise, right? With $350 million in 3 days. Shut the fuck up. $350 million in 3 goddamn days. Now, to put this in context, to let you guys know how big a deal this actually is, Force Awakens held that record with $240-something million opening weekend. Then Infinity War came by and broke that record, but only broke it by a few million. Infinity War came out, broke it, had like $257 million. This movie broke the record, and it didn't just break the record by a few million like Infinity War did. This fucking movie broke the record by a fucking $100 million. $100 million. You guys hear that? That's the sound of DC fans crying. Enjoy the laugh now, guys. Go ahead, because we all know it's DC's on the rise, guys. DC is on the rise because the end game is in fact the end game for the MCU fanboys. Because now all they're gonna be focused on is the SJW crap. Don't think I didn't see all those females lined up in that pose. Yeah, oh yeah, we're all about the women, guys. Yeah, I seen it. Don't even yeah. It's all downhill for the MCU. They got nothing left. All their characters gone. Y'all know it's the end of the line because Endgame is all you guys had. DC's about to rise, baby. Rise. I want to know what the people of Warner Brothers think. You guys want to know what they think? Well, let's jump in and see what they think. That's fantastic news, Greg. I mean, Shazam is now making profit. Aquaman crossed $1 billion. I think we're finally on our way up. Yeah, I seen Avengers came out. Who cares? $1.2 billion? What are you talking about? In 3 days? Are you fucking kidding me? You know they gotta be pissed, guys. You know they have to be pissed over there. I mean, they finally had a movie cross $1 billion. Then Shazam was lucky enough to break even. And then Avengers Endgame comes in and says, yo, Aquaman, you crossed $1 billion? That's cute. I did it in 3 goddamn days. What the fuck? 3 days. Now, guys, this is insane. It's crazy. But this movie may have the potential to be Avatar. I don't know. I don't want to jump to that conclusion because let's not forget, Avatar was in theaters for an entire year. It had like $2.7 billion. But this movie already made half of that in 3 days. But it's crazy. It's crazy. And not only that, not only did it cross $1.2 billion in 3 days, but Captain Marvel came back to number 2. Captain Marvel was like ranked number 5 or 4 last week in the box office. And then Captain Marvel jumps up to number 2, coming in with $8 million. So not only did people go see Endgame, but then people were like, you know what, maybe I like that Captain Marvel character. Let me go see what this movie's about. And they went and saw fucking Captain Marvel. So Shazam is at number 5 right now. So this is crazy. Like, I think a lot of us predicted that it was going to break the record. I thought 300 was very high estimate. I was like, I don't know if it's going to reach 300. It might. 350? Get at it, man. Really. And you know you're going to have all kinds of salty people. I already seen salty people, coming out trying to kind of just throw shade over the success that it had. And you can't do that. I understand if you're a DC fan but come on, man. You can't do that. You cannot throw shade what Endgame did. Because that's an insane amount of numbers. I don't know if we're ever going to see numbers like that again. Maybe when Avengers 5 comes out. It depends on how they build up Avengers now. But a lot of people, I think it's hilarious how when a DC film fails, okay, now go with me here. I'm not necessarily throwing hate toward DC, but you know as well as I do, guys, I speak the truth here. When a DC film failed, when Justice League failed, there were so many reports saying superhero fatigue. Really? Because I don't think the MCU got that fucking memo. I don't think MCU got that memo. Well, you cannot. This is insane. And that just goes to show you. And you have to be, if you're Warner Brothers, you have to be pissed. Because if you would have stuck to your guns and mapped out your fucking game plan and not go by the seat of your pants trying to copy the MCU, you could have had a Justice League movie featuring Darkseid that can make somewhat close numbers to these. You could have had a Justice League movie come out and make $200 million. But no, you wanted to sit there and you wanted to try to rush out a product because you wanted to make easy money. You wanted to throw Batman v Superman in a fight in the second film of your franchise. You wanted to rush out Justice League. You wanted to fire writers, fire directors, and you just want to fucking copy and paste this shit, and you wonder why you fail. Where Marvel, let's be honest, guys, Marvel didn't start off with billion-dollar movies. They worked their way up there. The reason why Endgame is so huge is because it's the payoff of 11 years, 22 films, where they took their time and they told the stories that they wanted to tell. They didn't come out here and say, we're going to have Captain America vs. Iron Man in the second fucking film of our franchise, you fucking idiots. And that's the big problem. I want to see DC succeed. I want to, one day, go to a movie and see the Justice League with the Green Lantern Corps behind them and the Amazons behind them. And I want to see them, go against Darkseid and his army. We got a little glimpse of that in Justice League. When Steppenwolf came to Earth for the first time, we seen the Green Lanterns and all that. And that was fucking amazing. But the problem was there was no context to that because they didn't world build enough for us. You have to take your time. And they don't do that. So when a movie like Avengers Endgame comes out, people care. And that's why it made $350 million, $1.2 billion in 3 days. And it's going to be really interesting to see what goes on with this movie. I'm going to be paying real close attention to the box office. I do think it's going to be Titanic. I honestly do. Titanic, Force Awakens, definitely think it's going to beat that. Don't know if it's going to be Avatar. I'm hoping. I want to shove it in James Cameron's face. But I want to know what you guys think. How do you feel about this massive box office opening for Avengers Endgame? Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. And until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.